Wow. I mean, I tell you, man, and I say this, and I bought the book shortly after it came out. And as I said before we started talking for the recording, I teach a class at Howard Law School, and I just carried the book into class with me. I'm like, do y'all understand how closely Clarence Thomas's ideas, his upbringing and formation mirror that of so many Black people in this country? And there's virtually nothing that I'm aware of that approaches Thomas's judicial philosophy, his politics, through the lens that you do. In fact, you say, what is it, that Clarence Thomas's life and work somehow is the story of the last half century of American politics, including our many defeats, some of our triumphs, but ultimately kind of traces it out. And finally, as someone who is a, probably would be characterized as a Black nationalist, certainly a Black internationalist, and you write that he doesn't really have much interest in Black internationalism. You say, well, I didn't set out to frame him as a Black nationalist necessarily the way we would talk about Black nationalism, but I'm looking at the overlap of conservatism and Black nationalism. But Prof, you call Clarence Thomas a Black nationalist, man. help us understand that.
Well, it starts with who he was as a younger man. And I can get into much more detail about that, as the show goes on. But for his formative political years, he was a Black nationalist. He had come north from the South. He was a student at Holy Cross, and he helped found the Black Student Union. He was part of a cohort of Black male students who was recruited in 1968. And he helped form the Black Student Union, as I said, and they had a manifesto that he was the secretary treasurer. And if you look at the principles of that manifesto and the principles by which these guys acted, and they were guys because it was still an all-male college, they were very much in concert with a lot of the Black nationalist tenets of the late 1960s and the early 1970s. Very hostile to certain kind of integrationist ideas, very much in favor of Black separatism, very much uplift the race kind of philosophy, and they saw themselves as, and Thomas in particular saw himself as a race man, as very much believing that the fate of Black people depended upon Black men.